Our headlines today. Not fit for purpose calls for major changes to prevent the abuse of disabled children in residential care.
Medical leaders urge the government and junior doctors to bring in an independent organisation to broker a deal in their pay dispute.
Thousands flock to a small Australian town for a glimpse of a rare solar eclipse.
Good morning. It will be Manchester City against Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals. City finishing the job in Munich to beat Bayern and progress as they look to lift the trophy for the first time.
And the treasurer of the Scottish National Party, Colin Beattie, is stepping down from the role in the party until a police investigation into the party's finances is concluded. Mr. Beattie was arrested on Tuesday and later released without charge pending further investigation. Scotland's new First Minister, Humza Yousaf, said the post will be filled as soon as possible. Inflation in the UK fell to 10.1% in March, down from 10.4% in February, but analysts had expected it drop a lot more than that. And blame has been put on the soaring prices of food and drink, which has gone up by almost 20% in a year and has now reached a 45-year high. A coroner in England has ruled that the cause of a man's death was due to complications from a coronavirus vaccine and not natural causes. The family of 32-year-old Stephen Wright believe he was the first person in the UK to die as a result of the AstraZeneca vaccine. They say they intend to pursue legal action.
Let's have a look at what the newspapers are saying this morning and the rate of inflation. We talked about it yesterday. That features on many of the front pages after figures showed it stayed above 10% for the month of March, unexpectedly high. A living nightmare is the Daily Mirror's headline. The paper reports that some food prices are now rising 7 times faster than wages. It's one of those things that, despite reporting on it almost every day, whenever I'm at the supermarket, I can't quite believe my eyes.
Let's have a look at the Times, saying that judges will no longer be able to block migrant deportation. It says the government is going to amend its illegal migration bill so that ministers will be able to ignore interim injunctions that try to stop deportation flights. And
Nick was just saying Dominic Raab's job rests on this. The Ministry of Justice say that officials are ready to quit if Justice Secretary Dominic Raab is cleared of bullying. That's according to The Guardian this morning. The reports into the allegations, which Mr Raab has denied, is expected to be published shortly.
And one of the most read stories on the BBC News website is about Nestlé being urged to cut the amount of unhealthy food it sells. Investor group Share Action says 40% of the company's UK sales of everyday foods were high in salt, sugar or fat. Nestlé has pledged to set a target for healthier sales later this year. I'm sure when I was young we used to call it Nestles.
Yeah, me too.
When did that change?
The French pronunciation, I'm not sure.